We never appreciate the support of a community, the support of your family, your friends, your extended community until it's taken away. It's when you don't have it, that's when you appreciate anything. That's when you appreciate anything. I know that, my grandparents used to talk a lot about the pressures of living in a joint family. So back in the day when they were growing up, they all kind of lived together. The children grew up together. You never really brought up your kids. They just grew up. Everybody, the whole family was concerned with bringing up those children. There was one person in charge of the kitchen and everything just got done. Women had their roles and it was mainly around the house. It was mainly around the house. But so much has changed when people have, sort of moved away from their traditional homes into bigger cities where they have to leave their family and, get into smaller homes when the nuclear unit becomes very important. Now it's you, your husband, and your children, right? You don't have that support system, right? Earlier, there was so much that happened that you didn't require any medical help, the help of a therapist, the help of a social worker, all these things the family provided. The family was there. So I remember watching this really beautiful video on TikTok. I keep talking about TikTok. I love it. I'm sorry, but I do. Because I get to see views of just ordinary people. And there was this girl from some village in Africa, and she said she had the honor of coming to America. And she wondered why it was that so many American people she met were taking medicines to be happy. And she said, we don't do that. We don't do that. We're never unhappy. But then, they argued saying that, but I lost my spouse, or I lost my friend, I lost my family, I lost my child. So many terrible things happen. And, how do I deal with it? I'm not able to deal with it. I can't find that happiness inside of me. And then she said that in the village, the whole village holds you in its embrace till you're ready to walk again. They take care of everything till you get over your grief and you're able to get out of it. So while the village can be a nuisance, checking to see who's coming in and who's going out of your home, and checking to see what's happening and how you're bringing up your kids and what's happening, and there's a lot of gossip going on, in times of crisis, they are amazing. And that's when we require community. We only feel the lack of community when we're in trouble, right? When life is good, why do you think of anybody? Why do you need anybody? Everything is good. Life is good. Me and my husband are doing well. We're eating well. We've got a nice house. Perfect. Life is going really, really well. But it's only when we can't manage on our own, when something goes wrong, then you feel the need for people, for community. And if you notice, every religion has this concept of satsang. In our Hindu tradition, one of the things that keeps us together, or keeps the religion flourishing, or keeps the community growing, is satsang. It is extremely important. Satsang is when people get together like this, they chant, they sing, they pray together, right? And you invoke the sense of the divine. So when you're in a temple, for example, everybody's chanting and the bells are ringing and you feel that vibration coming into you and you can hear the chanting going on and you feel the presence of God inside you. And you feel like, you know what? Everything is okay. Everything is going to be fine with me. I am taken care of. The same thing I'm noticing happens in all these churches. I see all the, church programs that come on Sundays on NBC and all of this. What are they doing? They're singing. They're singing different songs. They have huge bands and everybody's together and they're singing the praise of the Lord. What else is that other than satsang? It happens in Jewish temples, in synagogues. People get together. They come together. I saw it on Sabbath when I was in Jerusalem. And everybody going back and forth, chanting together. It's a feeling that we're all together. We're saying the same thing together. We're chanting and these vibrations get exchanged with people. And that's what makes you feel it's all okay. To a lesser degree, we do that on our weekends, or having social gatherings and meeting people. Meeting like-minded people is so, so important. So important. To be in a group of people that think exactly like you is so important. And sometimes your needs might be different. There are some that love to go to a bar, that love to go dancing, that love to go listening to loud music, and that's fine, right? That's what they like. And there are others that just want a friend to go for a long walk in the Everglades, just to be with you, maybe talking, maybe not talking, maybe just coming as a source of company, of support. We all need different things from our community, but alone, it's hard to manage. It's hard to manage. It's hard to get anything done. To get things done, we need a bigger group of people. And one should never feel that I am weird. I am so different. I'm not like these people. And we do feel that way because you cannot be identical to the community you are in. There are so many unique people. And the tendency is to find out all the things that they're doing wrong and saying, oh my God, that is not for me and that is not for me. And as we do this, as we keep finding fault in others, finding fault in the people around us, we build walls around us. We just build walls and we cut ourselves off from life. Nowadays, I hear a lot of this talk about creating boundaries, that parents and that family can be very intrusive. And while I can understand that point of view in the sense that it is important for all of us to have that sacred space where we feel safe, where we are in a non-toxic environment, where we can grow and when we are nourished. At the same time, the more you cut yourself off from people, the less you have the ability to get their support in your life. Because everybody helps in different ways. Everybody helps you in different ways. No friend can be an all-in-one. No one. Somebody who, is good for you to talk about your marriage. Somebody is good for you to discuss your children. Somebody is good to help you pick and drop your kids, right? Each friend of ours helps and supports us in different ways. There are some doers. Some will come and just, in a dinner party, come and do all your dishes and go away. The others that won't do that, but you haven't found one, right? What I'm saying is that, we have people offer their help to you in different ways. There is not one prescribed way that a community helps. So if you notice, especially when we live in a place like South Florida, which is not a big city, we seek out different pockets of people for different needs that are fulfilled. The thing that we have to be careful of is making one prescription for everything. The other thing that I find that a lot of people do is they get filled with envy about how others have got this community and I don't. I'm all alone. I'm lonely. I don't know how to live my life like this. I wish I could be that outgoing. The energy that you put out is what comes back to you, almost like a TikTok algorithm. Whatever you're putting out comes back at you. So on social media, you'll notice that if you are interested or talk about shoes, you'll see ads for shoes. Life kind of works in the same way. Whatever energy you're putting out, you attract that. You attract that. And if you are putting out vibes that I'm lonely, they are better than me, I don't need that, they are like this, they are like that, that isolates you without your own active participation in it, just by the quality of your thoughts. It is so important to constantly monitor how you think. It is so important to put yourself out there. Mingle with others in satsang. Go and see others. And satsang doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be of a different nature. It can be volunteering. It can be participating in local government. It can be participating in organizing things. It can tap into so many different aspects of our nature. Because we are not just social beings. We don't just need support to raise our family. Yes, we do need that. But we can manage on our own, right? When you look back at your life, you say, I did it all alone, right? I did it all by myself. But did you? Did you?
You can say I did it all by myself, but you're like twitching and like you're like...
There are friends, there are angels all around that help you get to where you need to be. Whenever you require the help, you need someone to drop your child off, need someone to pick your child up, need some help when you're sick. People show up. You never do it alone. You always have the help that you require. From somewhere, from the woodwork, people come out and help you. This is the nature of the world. Alone we can't live. We might think that we can do this alone, but you can't. You do need the support of the people. Even if you think about your isolated life, if your garbage collector decided that they did not want to pick up your garbage, imagine what your life would be like. If the person who supplies the water decides, I'm going on strike, imagine what your life would be like. You cannot. We all are interdependent. We are so connected to each other in ways that we don't even recognize. We don't recognize the garbage collector. We don't recognize the delivery man. We don't recognize the internet servers. We don't recognize the things that make our life comfortable. We don't. You think you're doing it alone. You're not. The very fact that you're even alive today, that you managed to come here today, is because a million other things did not go wrong. Think about that. Somebody wasn't distracted. Somebody didn't ram into you. Your car worked. You came on time. You were able to dress up. You felt good enough. You felt well. There are a million things every day. There are millions of miracles working in your favor for everything that happens in your life. And community is like that. They are the angels. They are the angels that just hold you in their embrace. You need a village. You absolutely need a village. You cannot do this alone. You think you can, but you do need a village. And you don't realize that you are utilizing the village without even recognizing that without them, you're nothing. Think of it. No police force in this city. What would happen? What would happen? Right? Law and order would be in shambles. People would be breaking into your house every 5 minutes. Right? It would be dog eat dog. Although I don't believe dogs ever eat dogs. But I don't know how that saying came about, But that's what it would happen. That's what would happen. We don't have enough appreciation of reaching out. And that's why it's important as a human being to not just do satsang, not just meet as a community, but extend it to seva. Seva is selfless service for others. This is the most, sadhana, I always say there's 3 things. Sadhana is your personal practice. Your breath, your meditation, your exercise routine, how you eat, that's your sadhana. Satsang is meeting people in a very gentle, wonderful, supportive community. But the third one takes you beyond yourself. It's called seva. It's service. Just doing for others. For no reason. For no reason. There doesn't have to be any personal gain in it for you. Just do it because no reason. And that gives you back much more than you can ever think of. Somebody dropping off a casserole or a dish when you're too tired to cook is like a heavenly blessing, isn't it? Not many people do it anymore. Nobody cooks for others. Nobody just does something for no reason. Nobody gives of themselves except for fame, except to make a name for themselves, except to be recognized. This is the whole thing. I'll give it as long as I save on taxes. I'll pay money as long as I can save on my taxes. There's always a reason. And giving money is the easiest. Giving old clothes that you're never going to wear again is the easiest. But give of yourself. Give your time. Give your attention. Give your listening ear. Give a kind, compassionate hug. Listen to people. Be there for them. In that, communities build. Communities build more than you can think. Sadhana, Satsang, Seva. The 3 S's that are an integral part of your spiritual muscle. Om Shanti. Hi everyone. If you watched my video and you liked it, please do leave a comment or a suggestion. I love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that I can bring more content just like this to you. Happiness is your birthright.